suit. Has a book bag from the Library of Alexandria. He is a time traveler, and it kind of shows. And walks in, sees Syla and the trout, kind of just nods, "Hey there," and takes a seat.
Hello.
Yeah, you're delivered your mission statement. The pads are warmed up, ready for you to arrive. Do you have any questions before you port in?
What's the weather like?
The entire planet constantly plagued by these horrible supernatural storms. So quite wet and lightning coursing constantly. The ship, the Mosca Mansa, is equipped with all manner of device and lightning rod to channel that energy and prevent the ship from just exploding and crashing. But it is quite the quite the tempestuous affair.
Windy?
Very much windy. The most of the ship is enclosed, but there are some exposed sections, and there are of course portholes and airlocks that you can use to get out.
Okay.
You will be porting into the engine room, however.
Cool. Are we talking like a blimp sort of thing, or like a jet, or what kind of aircraft is this?
You are shown an image, sort of a three-dimensional reconstruction of what is appears to be a large metal insect. It is essentially like not quite a dragonfly, not quite a fly, but this large insectoid kind of segmented, like almost like a flying submarine, but split into several sections along its length, with a frontal section, an aft section, fore and aft, those are the ship words, and a central spine that is exposed to the elements, that appears to be the sort of staging ground for most of the lightning rods and devices, as well as the anchors for the two sets of huge mechanical wings that keep the ship aloft.
Got it.
It is a passenger and cargo ship, so there is a hold full of regular things that are being transported, but there's also like passenger cabins. There's probably some kind of meal or event happening in the dining halls at any given hour of the day.
Okay.
So quite a busy ship.
Have these storms always been there?
The known history is that there was some kind of war many hundreds of years ago that triggered this sort of arcane, like an arcane nuclear winter that caused these storms to envelop the entire world.
Cool. So the people on the airships were originally from the ground, but moved to the sky when that happened?
They still, they live still on the ground normally. They have like, high level to escape, rising seas up in sort of higher elevations, mountains, things like that. Yeah. But they still live there. It's just that transport over land is very difficult.
Got it.
All right. If there are no further questions, your pads are primed.
What would be considered a failed mission?
If the Phantom is able to steal the Storm Crown and escape.
Okay.
So if the Phantom gets to the crown first, that's fine as long as you get it back from them. But they will be trying to take it and leave.
Okay, so if innocents were to be slaughtered, it wouldn't be a failed mission.
It would not specifically be a failed mission, though collateral damage is advised against, but would not count as failure. That's more so just the captain's personal request, because they're transporting passengers. It's bad for business.
Yeah. All right. So avoid collateral damage
if possible.
Noted.
Yeah. It is a it is a big enough ship that if some kind of fighting breaks out,
they can run. Yeah.
There's places to bunker. I mean, it's a ship designed to withstand this horrible weather and other impacts and stuff. So there's plenty of safe spaces to be on board.
Okay. All right. Syla's gonna go onto the pad.
Yep, and Hunter will also.
All right. You transport through the teleportation chambers. You the feeling, the normal feeling that you both are used to of this point, of your body decorporealizing and being transmitted through manifold, is colored this time by this sort of fizzy static electricity that just sort of tingles all from your toes up through to your head. For Syla, perhaps an appealing sensation, and for Hunter, perhaps a little more uncomfortable. But then there is a heavy rush of wind and a thump, and you suddenly feel yourselves become whole once again. The hiss of steam and the crackle of fire fills your ears. The smell of the room is intensely smoky. An active boiler behind you. You can sort of, as you get your bearings, you see that you're in the engine room. There's a large mechanical boiler and a number of additional contraptions sort of haphazardly stapled onto it in a way that Hunter, you would, with your experience in higher tech societies, you would recognize sort of something that's been renovated and retrofitted a dozen times from what was once probably a much smaller ship and has been expanded on over the years. Pipes and valves line the walls, running up into the other parts of the ship. There are a couple staff workers shoveling coal and making sure nothing goes haywire. The room itself is about 40-foot cube, and you see exits leading into the belly of the ship.
Okay.
I will immediately whip out the book bag and start digging through it for information on the ship. Ideally, something like floor plans or blueprint.
Yeah, for sure. I think this being a passenger and cargo vessel, that is pretty easily developed or acquired, rather, I should say. You pour through, and this probably, it comes to in the form of, if you want to dig a little deeper and look for more detailed information, you can continue searching with your abilities. But the first thing that comes to you almost instantly, just kind of materializing into the hands of the librarian where it belongs, is a pamphlet of cruises on La Mosca Mansa. Like, here's what you can expect aboard the ship. And you see a very, a top level overview of the two sections of the ship and the decks involved.
Cool. Can I sort of navigate away from here to the cargo bay through that?
Yes. So here you're currently in the back half. The engine room is sort of low centered on the ship. The main hold is one deck above you, and then passenger storage is on the other half of the ship underneath the passenger cabins.
Okay, and the passenger storage is where the crown would be.
You could be. You don't know, and the captain also does not know. It is a security measure designed to prevent theft. The crown is in a some sort of concealed containment.
Okay.
So nobody knows where it's at. Okay.
Well, perhaps someone on board does. The captain might be able to point you in its direction if you locate her, but no one knows exactly where it is.
All right, I will approach Syla, show her the pamphlet, and go, so this is what I got. Do you want to check out the backwards? you want to check out the passenger storage?
We can, yeah.
All right. You guys exit the engine room and find yourself in a twisting several, you've seen on a ship, like the tight bulkhead passages, kind of maintenance tunnels darting back and forth, this maze of metal. You can hear at all times, once you get out of the roar of the boiler, it is replaced by the roar of the storm outside. There is rain. Oh, hold on, I'm going to hiccup. Nope, we're good. There is rain pelting against the metal hull at great speed. Thunder cracks every 15 to 30 seconds. And as you pass by the few portholes that are in this section of the ship, you see constant strokes of lightning, these webs of electricity just weaving around the ship as if a large spider is set to catch La Mosca in its web. In order to get to the front of the ship, you will need to cross the central exposed deck. So, would you guys like to... do you want to try and just make a crossing over it? Would you like to look for some sort of cover or shelter or another avenue or some other brilliant idea?
Me, I'm not gonna, because I have wings.
Yeah, you're pretty set.
So if I actually open them up too much, I'm bye-bye. I'm going.
So there's no way around.
Correct.
All right. I'm going to, taking a look at the pamphlet closer, I'm going to turn to Syla, and point out a sort of, like, a place where a wall might be too thick, passing through the ship, and go, oh look, fun fact, that should, there should be based on the, I'm so sorry, words.
It's all good, me
Based
too.
on the architecture of the ship, there should be some kind of ventilation or maintenance tunnel here that I can move through to get past the deck. And activating fun fact, have that be true.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that there's here in this, the belly of the ship where you are, there's many such passages that kind of wind back and forth, but you are able to use your gathered pamphlet and as I said, if you're collecting more knowledge about the ship as you're going along, kind of get a sense for like how these things, as you realize about the engine that it's been built on over years, like, okay, where are the most likely additions? Where would they have installed that passage? How would we have gotten there? You see that there is, in fact, there is a maintenance shaft that runs sort of parallel underneath the over deck, which is not fully exposed to the elements.
Awesome. I will make my way into there and use that to cross.
Yeah, you see the first obstacle you are faced with is the shaft, the door. There is a thick, heavy bulkhead that prevents access so that no one accidentally gets, falls out into the partial outdoors.
Right. Sorry. It is locked?
It is locked, yes. It is one of those big, like, ship metal doors with the, hydraulic lever system.
What's the key slash, what mechanism is used to unlock it?
There appears to be both a physical mechanical bolt within the door that you could try and disable directly, as well as a rudimentary electronic locking mechanism that controls the bolt. It is a number pad. Yeah, it's a number pad.
Okay, so I need a code. Can I tell how many digits?
You have like crazy good crazy good spirit, good intelligence, and sensory. Yeah, I think you can do some like Sherlock Holmes type shit and suss out that there are only let's say 5 numbers pressed ever.
Okay.
So you probably even can, with that information, like you have the 5, like you don't know the order of them, but you know that the 5 numbers are 4, 5, 3, 8, and 2.
Yeah, I was about to take out the scanner and figure that out. If not, but yeah, I will just start trying every combination of those 5 numbers until one of them works.
Okay, sure. Let's see, you don't have any luck, so
Nope.
that will take a little while. What is Syla going to do in the meantime? Is she going to look for another way, or is she going to wait for Hunter to figure this out?
She is just gonna look around to like see if there's another way.
Sure. You've got decent sensory. Yeah. So you poke your head up into the normal access center for the central deck. And you see that there are these, like, they almost look like diving suits. But they are these big mechanical jumpsuits, like metallic jumpsuits essentially, that have some kind of apparatus on the back. And I think how familiar is Syla with, like, in the missions she's been on, how familiar is she with higher technology worlds in the Manifold?
She hasn't really been on any like futuristic type of like
Okay.
missions.
I think then she doesn't understand, by glancing or just by looking, what these suits are designed to do. It's clear that they are used to go outside, but not what protection they offer, or if they would help you at all. If Hunter probably would be able to figure out pretty quickly while he's just poking. 85324, nope. 85342, nope. 25438, nope. Just up the whole list.
Hunter, what do these suits things do?
I'll look up and from the number pad shit and take a look at that.
Yeah, you're still just like as you kind of poke your head around, looking like up the short stairwell to where Syla's at, and you're Hunter's from like a very futuristic world, right? Or much higher technology.
Been to futuristic worlds.
Okay, sure. So just at a quick glance, you don't even need to inspect the suits directly, but just while still just plugging in numbers, you kind of crane your neck around. You see that they have like the apparatus on the back is it's what's the word for me? I want to say static line. I'm not sure what it is, but it's like, a trolley that like a pantograph. That's the word. It's got like a mechanical like arm or lever that sits on top and hooks it up to the wire that gives it power.
Yep.
You know from your what you have of the ship and the like pictures in the pamphlet and your own sort of analysis as you've been going around, these hook up to the wires that cross the deck and essentially allow the maintenance workers to anchor themselves while working on stuff above deck. So still would be dangerous, still risk of lightning or mechanical failure, but it would be, let's say, you would be moving faster than trying to figure out the right code randomly.
The moral of the story is to look at things for slinging abilities, but
I mean, listen, I think what you had was a brilliant idea, and certainly just an unfortunate consequence of your low luck that it would take a while. And again, it's the price here is time, because the Phantom is also on board and looking for the crown, right? So you could absolutely just try and break into this door, it would just give the Phantom more time to get ahead of you, which is not necessarily a failure condition.
Actually, I think I do want to whip out the scanner.
Okay.
Scan a number pad, and can I see which of the numbers is the most worn?
Yeah, sure. You can. I think if you kind of fine tune your scanner to flicking through different bands of light to the ultraviolet and some kind of fancy magical spectrum that doesn't actually exist, and you can work out that the two most worn numbers are the 8 and the 4, and eliminate a huge chunk of personalities that way. Personalities, combinations. What personalities?
Yep.
A number of personalities.
Yeah. Okay. I will, start from those two and brute force it with only a few. I don't feel like mathing. Less options than before.
Many fewer, yeah. So, gonna take you a lot shorter time, but still, 5-ish minutes, because each time you have to plug it in, and then it goes beep boop, and just it takes a second to reset. So,
Yep.
What is Syla doing in that time? Is she, entertaining herself, looking for something to eat, waiting patiently?
She's probably just gonna kind of like just keep looking around, mix of entertaining herself, but also keeping an eye out for anything suspicious.
Sure. Yeah, you've got 2 sensory. Let's see, anything suspicious. I think in this part of the ship you feel pretty safe. The maintenance workers were clearly alerted that you would be here, so they don't see you as intruders. You see like a pair of a man or woman come around in like gray jumpsuits and hard hats, and they just kind of haven't seen a bird person like you before, so they nod and continue on without saying anything. And then a few minutes later, you finally 85423. Hope I didn't say that one before. And or 84, I suppose it should be. And the dink, green light bolt opens, and the door creaks open with this heavy hydraulic hiss.
Awesome. I will shout to Syla. Doors open.
Coming!
And then peek in.
Yeah, you can see beyond there is a trapezoidal sort of under chamber to the deck above. It is covered on both sides by metal grates that make up basically a Faraday cage. So again, it is still partially exposed to the elements, like it's still windy and wet in here as the rain is coming through, but you are at least protected from like being swept off deck or lightning strikes or anything like that.
Nice. I'll just start hurrying through.
Okay.
I think Syla's faster than me. I have no vigor, and she's a bird, so
She's also shorter.
Sure, yeah. It evens out a little bit. You have to you're able to both make steady enough progress. Do you shut the door behind you, or do you leave it open for a hasty return?
No. Okay. And for Syla.
Sure. Yes. So you guys are able to just kind of jog through. As you are coming about, this deck is about maybe 150 feet long. So it's a little bit of a jog, longer than a normal, most average kind of tall ships you would have been on in any missions. As you are traipsing along, Syla, there is a flash of lightning outside the ship, and you kind of glance through the cage, the metal grates, And Hunter, with your one sensor, you do see this as well, but it's you notice Syla noticing and then kind of direct your gaze outward. But you see that there's another flash of this bright teal lightning out in the clouds, and as it illuminates a section of the almost pure black storm clouds, you see the shadow of some very large thing moving through the clouds. It doesn't have a fish-like shape, but it sort of undulates in the way that a shark or a whale would.
And not the way metal would.
Not the way metal would, for sure. Unless it was very, very bendy metal. Currently,
That thing looks really weird.
Yeah.
In transit, can I dig through my book bag to see if there's anything that reminds me of that?
Sure. Is it an ability you want to use, or your book bag? Yes.
Yep.
Relevant to current circumstances. Yeah. What sort of what topic would you be approaching this from? I suppose. Like weather, local, history,
local
animals, creatures.
Okay.
Okay.
Like fauna, especially beasts, or sky dwellers specifically.
Sure. Yeah, you pull out a like a biological essay, like a treatise on like almost a Darwinist kind of study of finches on the Galapagos Islands, like this book that is analyzing the evolution of the creatures that once lived in this world on the land and the sea, and which have also adapted to the horrendous arcane storms that rack the planet. And you sort of flip through. There's a number of them. Like a number of things have adjusted to live in the skies. There's like giant, like sky jellyfish. Many birds have, kind of grown into large predators. But eventually, what you come on, that sort of the silhouette of it matches more closely what you saw out there in the clouds, is this strange kind of hybrid of what looks like a almost a, if a duck had like a duck mermaid, like if a duck instead of legs had just an extended kind of feathered thorax and tail, and the beak, this rest sort of general shape of a duck's head, round bird, aviform, but with a bill that comes to a sharp point and a nasty looking hook. So almost like an inverse, not an inverse. I really want to reference a platypus somehow. It's not really a platypus, but in my mind, it's platypoidian in nature.
Funny.
But this creature is identified as a descendant somehow of whales, and it is referred to as the great beaked sky whale.
Even though it's not a whale.
Was that sorry?
Is it aggressive?
It is known to. It is noted that they are not necessarily directly aggressive, but can be quite territorial. And they have been known to attack ships in transit, though not a common enough thing that people usually worry about it, but possible if they are aggravated somehow.
Okay.
Don't aggravate the sky whale. Got it.
It's a good thing Hunter has reading glasses, because otherwise he would take a break from the mission to read the very interesting book.
Yeah, you get the whole you get the whole treatise, the whole thing. You're like, wow, this is like a whole speculative evolution here.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all kinds of it's not just that there's been adaptation to live in this new world, but the arcane forces have mutated creatures to fit.
Is the Great Peak Skywell getting closer?
I mean, you peer out into the clouds. You don't see it again. Lightning flashes. You don't see any more great shadow or anything.
I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure it was brought up for no reason. Okay, I'll just keep going for now.
Okay.
Hunter's
Syla will
not
just
aware
follow.
narrative stuff works.
You guys proceed through to the end of the hallway here. At one point, toward the end of the maintenance hall, there is a monstrously loud clap of thunder that rocks the entire ship with the force of the pressure wave. And let's see, what stats do you guys have? I think you both are put a little bit off balance by that. Not Hunter more than Syla probably. Hunter, you maybe kind of stumble to the floor and some of your books fall out of your book bag. You got to quickly pick them back up. Syla, you're
priority.
Thrown off balance, but you're able to get your legs back on track. But that is the extent of the harm that you receive in the maintenance shaft. You come out the other side. You end up in a very similar set of metal tunnels. You know from the deck plan that directly above you here is the passenger cargo. Above that are the cabins and recreational areas, and the above that is the bridge.
And we have to get to the bridge to get to the captain, right?
If you would like to ask her advice, that is the most likely location to find her. You could just go tearing through the passenger cargo and you might find it. Who knows?
Okay, I have memos, which are two past and future version of a book, where you write one version, it instantly is readable in the other. So I'm going to rip out 5 pages from each of them and give Syla the corresponding 5 so that she has... I'm essentially giving Syla 5 of my memos, but so that either of us can instantly write a quick message to each other.
Sure.
And I'm going to say, how do you feel about splitting up?
Let's do it. I was just thinking that.
Great. Do you want to talk to the captain while I go to the cargo?
That works for me.
Cool. And I will head to the cargo.
Okay. You head up to the passenger cargo. Syla, you head up to the straight up to the bridge, or do you want to stop at the passenger deck first?
Straight to the bridge.
Okay. Great. Let's go. Let's follow Syla first. So you run up the stairs, sort of lightly jogging. How does Syla feel being in this airship? This kind of like you're in the sky, you're in your element, but you're also stuck within this metal box. And you, as you observed earlier, even if you were outside, you might be overpowered. How does Syla feel right now? Is she feeling confined? Is she feeling freed?
She's feeling a little on the confined side, and at the same time, not entirely happy. Because if she were to pull any of her abilities, she could probably accidentally take down the whole ship. When you really think about it, her entire kit is based on lightning.
For sure. I will say that as you learn in your briefing, the ship is designed to withstand exactly that. So unless you were to break its existing protections with your abilities, it is unlikely that you would crash the ship outright. Although, anything can happen, I suppose. But certainly the ship is designed to, hold up against exactly what you're able to do.
Mm-hmm. Syla's the Thunderbird, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Syla's the Thunderbird.
Yeah, Stormbird can calm the weather. Thunderclap doesn't
That's right.
cause a ton of structural damage, I don't think.
Well, I noted that Storm Brewing does say that you bring about a violent change in the weather. So you could possibly alter one aspect of the weather into another different aspect that is also something violent, I suppose. But yeah, there's certainly
Violently calm.
violently you know what, on this planet that might actually be accurate.
It is a violent change in the weather, not the introduction of a violent storm. So I think that because it's so different from the current violent storm, that it would be.
I think that's a very fair interpretation. That would be a violent change, but it doesn't necessarily have to be violent weather. That's a very good point. So it's something to think about, especially when you guys are trying to get to ping out. I didn't mention ping out.
Did you what?
Ping out, as you were told in briefing beforehand, definitely, is because of the nature of the magical storms on this world, ping out will be quite difficult, and you will need to be exposed to the storm in order to access your return to Enclave. Otherwise, the system will not be able to retrieve you from within the ship, essentially. Now, if that just means you go out on deck and immediately ping out, that should work. But you will need to be outside of the metallic confines of the ship, at least. Okay, Syla, you run up to the bridge. As before, the staff of the ship have been alerted to your presence, and you don't stop at the passenger deck, so no one points at you and goes, "That's a bird." But you get up to the bridge. You can see that the top level of the ship here, there is some kind of magical enchantment so that the metal dome that covers the bridge is transparent. And you can see this, terrifying but beautiful, roiling, almost nebula of clouds passing overhead as the Mosca Mansa kind of tunnels its way through the storm. You see that the ship is equipped with these huge propellers on the front that almost act as like windshield wipers. You see that they are called cloud threshers, and they basically extend out in front of the metal ship and clear out a swath of the storm so that it can pass through without getting caught in a dense electrical thicket. The bridge is pretty big. You see there's about 20 people here, all at their various, Star Trek style command stations. Captain's up in her chair. Do you approach her directly?
Yes.
You see that Captain, her name is Captain Edia Banarath. She is a woman in her 40s with short, dark hair, very thick, strong jawline. She's wearing like a dark maroon and gold naval uniform with the double-breasted jacket. And she's calling out orders. She's like, 22, check those readings. I don't like the pressure over. Oh, hello. You must be our special guests. Is that right? I was told there would be 2 of you.
Yes, we decided to split up to find that Crown think faster.
Right. Yes. Excellent idea. Welcome to the bridge. This is my ship, La Mosca Mansa. I am Captain Banarath. How may I help you?
Do you have any advice on where the craft exactly is?
As I reported in my message to your employers, the exact nature of the Crown's confinement is withheld from the ship's staff so as to make it harder for anyone to steal it. However, I do know that it is currently being, shall we say, guarded, overseen. It has been remanded to the custody of one of our esteemed passengers. Most likely one of the nobles.
Esteemed and noble. Okay. How many are there on here?
Only a handful, 3 or 4. Most of our passengers are simple workers trying to get from place to place.
Alrighty. That'll be good for now.
Oh, okay. Splendid. Well, a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And then Syla's gonna write on that piece of the memo that it is one of the more like noble esteemed passengers, and there's only like 3 or 4 of them with the crown.
Cool.
As you are writing, Syla, just as you kind of finish that last punctuation mark. Also, how is Syla's handwriting? Just curious.
Definitely sloppy.
It looks like a bird,
Like-
probably.
It looks probably more like a 7-year-old wrote it.
A 7. Okay, got it.
Due to never, barely learning how to write
Yeah.
and read.
As you are finishing that message, Syla, there is a crackle of thunder up in the clouds above the bridge here, and you kind of glance up, and as you're glancing up from the note, you feel a bump on your shoulder, and one of the crew members, the bridge staff, has like kind of come up the stairs to the captain's landing and like shoulder checked you as they're heading out. What do you do to that?
Watch where you're going, dude. You just bumped into me.
You see that the crew member, as they're kind of exiting the bridge, they turn back to you with their head tilted, and they kind of look at you with that anime sort of one eye side sly smile, and they go, "Same to you," and they wink, and then they vanish outside of the bridge.
What the fuck? Who are you? And then Syla's just gonna start chasing.
You gonna chase that person?
Try to start chasing.
Okay. Let's
that
cut.
seems suspicious.
Let's cut down to Hunter in the cargo hold. So Hunter, you emerge into the passenger cargo. It is this big, like almost it kind of resembles a series of train cars. There's these. The hold itself is this larger warehouse kind of space, but then the luggage is organized into these hanging, train car-esque boxes that are each labeled with like a block of cabins for easy kind of organization. So you see there's like maybe like about a dozen of these cars that appear to be filled with luggage, and then another 6 or 7 that are going unused on this trip. Enough luggage for like 50 or 60 passengers.
Cool. How neatly organized is it?
You see that beyond their being organized by cabin, the luggage inside each container is not. It's kind of just stacked on top of itself.
Cool. I'm going to stand in the middle of the entire cargo hold, and go, crown has to be here somewhere. Also, who organized this? And like reaching out, activate catalog, and reorganize everything to be properly and neatly put away.
I think catalog being a low range, I think is not going to be sufficient to organize all of the luggage in all of the containers. I think you could either do like 4 at a time, and you would need to do 3 sets of that, or if you would like to try some energy work to up the range and essence cost, you could get all of them at once.
Sure, yeah. Hunter's V1 and I have 4 spirits, so I'm okay with tanking some essence here.
Sure.
I will, yeah. Just make the paired action a hell of a lot longer. So starting at the beginning, looking at every cabin individually, kind of like scoffing at each one, and like, and then starting from one end, just like reaching arms out and going throughout the entire thing, having like the cabins that he passes on each side cataloging themselves as he goes, and by the end of it, with like an essence cost of catalog in each cabin, and by the end of it, turn around and start his work.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love the like sweeping through all the cabins, like kind of just almost pulling the action through each cabin or each container as it goes. I think so. You're organizing the luggage, not necessarily what's in the luggage, but by doing that, you are able to sort of separate each piece out into the particular cabin that each section or each piece of luggage belongs to within the containers. And in doing so, determine that there are 2 containers that contain all of the luggage of the 4 noble passengers on board. Not only that, but you are able to learn from the like little labels and markings on them that all 4 nobles are part of the same family, the Abbentrod family. They're traveling together.
Neat. Can I use a catalog question to identify what's in the luggage?
What's in the luggage? Let me look at catalog real quick. Could have been determined by briefly interacting with the objects in question. I don't think a brief interaction would tell you what is in each luggage piece, but I will tell you that of the luggage, there's various things that you can kind of determine the function of with catalog. So you can see like, oh, this is like a normal kind of trunk that would contain clothes. This is like a jewelry box. This is like a book trunk, a book box. What are books carried in olden times? I don't know. There's someone has like a sword like case that they have that may have a sword in it. And I would say you identify 2 likely containers for something that is described as a crown. There is one small black leather valise in the left container that is about 2 feet on a side. And there is also a like a cardboard hat box on the right.
Okay, I'll look at the leather one and then the box first. And then I want to start digging through everything that is not obviously the wrong shape to fit a crown, including ones that seem inconspicuous like clothing.
Sure. You open the black leather valise, and inside you see that there is a, like, for half a second, you're like, oh, I got it. But you realize it is not, unfortunately, a crown. It is this circular, like a very thick, heavy chain necklace, a pendant with heavy set opal jewels embedded in the charm of it. So you set that aside, go over and look at the hat box, and inside there is a silvery kind of sapphire-studded diadem, which could potentially be a crown. It doesn't look very stormy, but could theoretically be described as one.
Can I find a book about the crown in my book bag?
Yeah, sure. It can do local stuff. Yeah, you pull out a history of the like royal family, like the monarchies of old that were kind of all dissolved when the storms happened. And let's see. I could invent a whole lot of lore about this world right now, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep it short. You see that there is essentially a one particular royal family. Let's call them the Mordraths, who had a very well-known crown that they said was itself made of lightning, tamed and fused into the shape of a crown, and it looks the part. There is a sketch of it that looks like this metallic, angular shape crackling and sort of sparking off even as it just sits on someone's head. And through brief history, you see that it was this crown was the sort of kickoff for the war that triggered all these storms. It is very much not a diadem. However, as you're comparing the sapphire-studded diadem and the image of the crown, you notice that the imprint of the diadem in the hat box is much shallower and does not match a larger imprint in the velvet underneath.
It's been swapped out.
Something was swapped.
Okay. I'm going to hastily write a memo to Syla. Says, crown gone, been swapped. Phantom probably here.
Let's cut back to Syla. Syla, you go chasing this this crew member out of the bridge. You sort of, it takes you a second as they leave to catch up to them at the door. You burst out into the door. What do you got here? You got speed, or not speed? Yeah, vigor plus, reflex, no reflex. So yeah, you kind of like put on a little burst of speed, get out into the hallway. You're up on the upper levels now. The hallways are much larger and more decorated. There's like plants here, nice ferns and little miniature trees and stuff as well, and paintings on the walls of various nobles and pieces of history. You look back and forth. You see a couple different crew members. There's one going to the left who appears to be heading to like a bathroom. There's one going to the right who looks like they're heading down to the passenger deck. Which do you pursue?
Oh, this is something. Because the bathroom has no escape. Bathrooms typically don't have a way out.
We do know that there are vents throughout this ship.
But then passenger deck. That is so many places to hide. You can easily disguise yourself. Shiz. Okay. I don't like gambling. God. And how close is Hunter to the passenger deck?
I mean, currently you guys are about equidistant. Like you're one deck up and he's one deck down. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna quickly write a message to Hunter saying because he wouldn't know who to look for.
You kind of don't know who to look for either. You only got a glimpse of this figure. You caught like maybe like dark hair, and that's about it.
Dark hair.
Well, no, that's not true. You have good sensory. Hold on. Yeah, you got 2 sensory. You did see a little bit better. Still not a lot because like you only got a glimpse still, but they appeared to be very slender build, kind of feminine appearance, and dark hair pulled back in a bun, tan skin.
Okay. What did the person on the left look like?
They're both about 30 feet away, and you're looking at them from the back. They both have dark hair.
Slender build?
I mean, one of them, the one moving to the passenger deck, looks a little bit skinnier, perhaps.
Yeah, I think you should write a memo to Hunter and have him deal with one of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna write a memo to Hunter describing what the person looked like based on what I saw, and to go to the passenger deck, and I'm gonna head over to the one on the left that's going to the bathroom.
Sure. I think with the amount of time it took you to get up to the bridge, briefly talk to the captain, get back out, and Hunter using his catalog, but starting from the lower position, I think it's about this amount of time when, or maybe like this might be right before you send your message, Hunter. So, Syla, you write, your quick description, jot it down, send it to Hunter. Hunter, you note that and then reply with, crown's been swapped. Phantom's probably here. However, Syla, you do not receive that message in return. And as you are looking through your memo sheets that Hunter gave you, you realize one of them is missing. You only have 4.
Yep, they bumped into you.
But you discard the thought, finish your note, and race off to follow the left crew member.
Okay.
Are you like just kind of jogging after them? Are you sprinting? Are you shouting? How are you pursuing them?
Full on, like, running.
Okay. Yeah, so you put your head down, start sprinting toward you think these hallways are big enough to fly in if you wanted.
I'm gonna use my Talaria and do my best to technically reach flight.
Yeah, I think it's a big ship. It's like a cruise liner. So like the passenger size hallways are pretty large and they're also quite long. So you're able to sprint kind of, down and quickly pick up speed. But then as they turn into the bathroom, you have to kind of do like almost a drift, like skid through the air on your Talaria. Well, those are just your wings, right? So you have to kind of, beat quickly and slow. Yeah. Do a quick little bank and dive in.
Syla would know how to do that.
For sure. Yeah. You've got very good skill, right? Yeah.
2 skill.
Pull in your wings and dive through into the bathroom, open and like slide in. You see like a large, kind of a stately Victorian kind of bathroom. And you see a crew member who is like opening a stall door as you swoop in, and like the gust of air stops and they kind of turn around, their hat blows off their head and they go, "Hello?
Who are you?"
Jenna Bellman. I'm the portside propeller officer.
Were you in the bridge like a few seconds ago?
I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, I think I walked out like right after before. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little intimidated.
You should be.
Is this a surprise inspection? Are you with internal affairs?
Do you have a piece of paper right now on you?
She like reaches in, pulls out one of the pamphlets for the ship.
Not that paper.
No, okay, sorry.
It's a memo.
A memo? I don't have a memo.
God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Syla's gonna run out.
Okay.
Head over to the passenger.
Okay, race down to the passenger deck.
Yeah.
Okay. Jenna just watches in fear as you just slip up.
All the time, sir.
All right, goodbye. Good luck with that. Goes back, picks up her hat. Okay, you're gonna run down to the passenger deck. Hunter will be there, probably just ahead of you at this rate. Hunter, what are you doing?
Yeah. Before going to leave, I'd like to very briefly just hit the luggage with a scanner. Check if there's any magic.
Ooh. Yeah. Is there a range on the scanner? Magical light at close range, revealing things normally visible to the naked eye. You see that the diadem is not magical, but the long, what looks like a case that would carry a sword, there is something magical within that.
I'll just grab that and start running then, not even looking inside it.
Okay, you just grab the whole case, rip it out, start running. You run up up the stairs, up to the passenger deck. The first room that you enter upon coming up from the stairwell is a large, like what looks like it's like a big, again I'm thinking like a cruise ship, sort of the dance floors. There's like big hardwood floor, some small tables on the outside with like snacks and drinks, waiters going back and forth, carrying trays and cheeses and things like that. And like about half of the guests are gathered, either chatting or like slowly dancing. There's a live band playing. Seems to be just after dinner.
Okay. Does anyone meet the description Syla sent me?
What's your sensory?
+1.
+1. You see people with slender builds, tan skin, dark hair, but no one in a crew uniform here, unfortunately. You do, let's see, with your sensory, what else? Hold on. 2 intelligence. I'll say from your analysis of the ship layout that based on where Syla was and the direction she saw that person going, that the stairwell that they would have been closest to would let out into this room.
You know what? I have 4 spirit. Can I sense insidious intentions from anyone?
Ooh, insidious intentions. Yeah, sure. Is there anything more to that, or you just got your 4 spirit?
Yeah. I mean, scanning over the people in the room. Wow. Looking for the person that Syla mentioned. Trying to get a sort of emotional read on everybody. See if anybody is hiding any emotions. If anybody feels particularly malicious.
Sure. I think we get one of those, like, you're kind of scanning the room. We get like glimpses of certain people's like, you're not like mind reading, but like just kind of like, again, that Sherlock Holmes narrowing in and sort of quickly writing off like, what's up with that person, what's up with that person, what's up with that person. You're like, all right, that guy just got dumped, that guy's gonna lose his job, that woman ate too much shrimp, that woman, like, just kind of scanning through the crowd. And eventually you see on the far end, there's an older man with a thick white beard, a mustache curled up into the cute little curls, wearing like a proper Victorian suit, and he is dancing with what looks like a younger woman, with tan skin, dark, almost like you've seen a light, almost a purple sheen to the hair, and wearing a long, like, maroon purpley dress as well, with a very slender build. And you can tell as she kind of like slips into his embrace and starts slow dancing with him, there is a glint in this person's eyes that they are going to they are whiling away this older man, we'll say. They're fast talking or lie or deceiving or something. They've got some kind of plan with him.
Okay. That's not immediately scream phantom, because I know plenty of people who would just seduce an older man to get his money, but definitely lead. I will I'll start that way, but not like with a purposeful march.
Sure,
like
not
more
overtly.
along of going in that direction, but in a natural way.
Sure. As you start heading over there, Syla arrives in the rec room here.
Mhm.
Syla, you come in from the opposite side. You see Hunter is kind of slowly walking along the outside of the room, making his way toward the aft side of the room.
So I was gonna look around to see if there's anything up high she can perch on.
Oh hell yeah! There's a chandelier. There's many chandeliers.
Nice.
She is going to how high up is it? Actually?
This being like a ballroom, this is probably the tallest room on the ship, other than the cargo holds. I would say it's a good like 40 feet up.
Oh, that's gonna push because she has a fear of heights.
I did see that in her sheet. I didn't pick that number on purpose just now, but that is I did.
Like that'll push. Like she's gonna push it, but
I will say that's the height of the ceiling. The chandeliers are like
probably
35
more like
feet.
Yeah, like 30.
So, little better.
30.
A little better.
Yeah. Still, it's pushing it for her.
It's pushing it, yeah.
Syla's gonna go up onto the chandelier and kind of like perch on it. She definitely looks a little nervous because, ironically, despite being a creature of flight and supposed to be high up, she has a fear of heights. So she's definitely gonna be a little nervous, but she's just gonna kind of have like an aerial vision, taking in the description of who she saw and taking note of, okay, Hunter's going to this person. Okay, here's another person, probably.
Yeah,
that looks like it. And then just kind of laser visioning.
Yeah, you see Hunter, you see the person Hunter's approaching, this younger, slender woman with the purple dress. Also, as you kind of fly up to the chandelier, some of the people in the room are like, what the, and the staff just kind of step in and be like, don't worry everyone, it's just our chandelier inspector for the night, don't worry, we hired him, it's definitely not, just continue your evening. Just trying to make some cover for you. You see the woman Hunter is heading for, and at first glance you kind of discard there's no way they could have changed that fast from the crew uniform, and you kind of look around, you're looking, you do see a staff member over there. It's oh, that's too too much of a belly, they're too short. And as Hunter kind of gets within 20 feet of the woman in the dress, you do see that as she's spinning around with this older man, she has one hand clasped in his, the other around his back, and with the hand around his back facing away from Hunter, she is scribbling on a little piece of paper, using the older man's back as a writing surface. And when she finishes, she flicks her wrist, the pen disappears, and she expertly one-handed origami folds the paper and clutches it between two fingers. And Hunter, you receive a message on your memo, the one that you had sent to Syla earlier, a response underneath that says, let's see, what does it say? Gave myself all this time to come up with what it would be, and it didn't come to me. You see in beautiful, elegant cursive handwriting,
That's not Syla.
the response says, 2 little birds have come to play. How fun. And then there's a little very silly looking drawing of a ghost.
Did I love that? Did I see her write it?
You did not. She did it while she was facing away from you.
Got it.
By the time that the slow dance has swung around back to you, there's no evidence of it.
Cool. I'll take out the doors.
The doors? No, you're good. Yeah. The main doors to this room are probably all they're those double door, so they're 7 feet tall, enough to fit a luggage rack through.
Okay. big enough for if I were to grab her, I can fly out.
You certainly could try, yeah.
I have an idea.
Sure. Hunter,
I'm not gonna act it out right now because I want to. I'm trying to figure out if this would even work in theory.
Sure.
So I want to write to Hunter to grab the woman or at least distract her, and I want to use Storm Brewing to calm the storm.
Okay, sure.
So I can take her out and then outside.
You want to
and
get
just
all
throw
the
her
way
off-
out.
all the way out.
Okay.
And just throw her off. Kill her.
I will remind
And
you.
we'll grab the crown.
Yeah, you need the crown. So if she has the
Yeah,
crown
but
and you throw her off, you failed the mission.
Yeah, well, and I have her in my hands. It's like, and have her dangling. What's she gonna do?
Sure. While you're contemplating that, Hunter, what were you gonna do?
I am going to continue approaching, keeping one eye on this person, and the other one I want to peek into the sword I stole.
Sure. Yeah. You just pry open the case.
Yeah.
You peek inside. You see that it is not a sword at all. It is a fishing rod.
Interesting. A magic fishing rod.
A magic fishing rod. It's a very well crafted fishing rod. It's like this alabaster material with like a golden reel. And you note that there is no string. There's no fishing line attached to the reel.
Can I have no appropriate prop. Fishing rod in one hand, scanner in the other, looking at the woman, not looking at the scanner, just
yeah, I think what sort of information are you trying to glean?
What the magic effect is.
Gotcha. You gather that this rod is first of all, the line is the part of the magic. So if were you to cast it, it would generate its own magical line. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, I don't think. Let's see. Let me look at your scanner real quick. Revealing things not normally visible. Yeah, I don't think it would tell you exactly what the rod does, but I think based on what you've already learned about this world, you would gather that it is somehow, it is designed to interact. It's a not a fishing rod, but what, a skying rod? It's something for it's an artifact of the sky fishers of old, in the days when the storms were new and people had to figure out how to make their living and find things to eat. Something that they would use because they couldn't fish in the sea anymore.
To catch like birds?
Birds, those sky jellyfish I mentioned, other things of that nature.
Interesting.
Crowns.
What?
Crowns. Yeah, crowns. Crowns that happen to be falling through the sky.
Phantoms?
You never know.
Phantoms? Could be.
All right, I will, stow them away and just keep making my way towards this woman.
Okay, yeah, you approach. You see this note from Syla as well saying, hey, distract her, get her away.
Yep.
And yeah, you approach her. You see she's still dancing with this man. They're kind of having a hushed conversation. You hear the old man, it's like, oh, guys, hey, I don't understand what you mean. And the voice responds in a very subtle, smooth, kind of like, well, you get what you want, and I get what I want. And then everyone's happy. Aren't we? Don't you want to be happy, Benny? And he goes, that is not my name. Please use my proper name. She goes, no. You approach.
Yeah, I'm going to... I can be straight for this. I'm going to approach her, full, like, as smooth and seductive as possible. Hunter is sexy.
Sure, yeah, he's 6'3".
Yeah, definitely. Scholarly raiment on display. I'm going to approach her and go, may I ask for this dance? Hand out.
You see she instantly like clocks onto you, and she like there's like a almost a not like a romantic or like any kind of attractive tension, but like an electric spark, like a battle of wits almost.
Yep.
As you lock eyes. It's like, I keep going to Holmes, but like Holmes and Moriarty, like you just kind of like, you have a deep suspicion with your spirit that this is your target as you kind of lock eyes with them. And she instantly, gladly is like, of course. She twirls the older man and kind of sends him on his way. He like stumbles over to his wife. He's like, "I say," and she will extend her hand to take yours. Syla, what are you waiting for before you make your attempt to grab her? If you just wanted her to be standing alone, you have a window of opportunity to do that before they start dancing. Or if you want to keep waiting, that's fine too.
I'm just trying to like figure out like the best course of action.
That's a wonderful thing to do. We love taking the best course of action. But you know what? Here at Enclave, we also love taking the worst course of action.
Bad plans.
God. Don't endorse the bad shit.
But bad shit leads to more good shit.
That's true.
Failure's fun.
I don't want to fail. I haven't failed a mission yet.
You guys have been doing quite well this far. I actually, again, my first time conduiting, I was like, all right, I hope I have something for both of them. I'm not sure exactly how their abilities are going to work in, but you guys have been kind of overcoming things quite rapidly.
Nice.
Like, I could grab her, but I don't know where the crown is still. We just know she has it.
That's true.
If she still has it. You've hidden it. Or do I go to the old man? Because they were having some hushy conversation. I'm gonna grab the old man. I'm not gonna go down to the old man.
Okay, it's like grab him and take him
I am not gonna give him a heart attack. I'm just gonna go down to him. Okay,
yeah, you descend. It takes you a moment additionally as you almost I want to suggest this to you. Your choice to run with it or not. But I think almost like you see the opportunity to grab the woman and you're like about to dive, but you're just a little bit high up on that chandelier and there's a little bit of hesitation. And then the moment passes, she starts dancing with Hunter and you go, all right, I'll go talk to the old man.
Yeah.
Sure. You descend down, swoop down, kind of rise up next to him. You go, I say, you're quite colorful. May I help you? Do I owe you money?
No, you do not owe me money.
Thank God.
Why was that woman talking to you?
Oh, well, it's not proprietous to speak business at a social affair, but if you must know, whoever you are, she was making a proposition of a monetary manner, and I declined out of my respect for good society and good principle.
How much money?
Oh, I mean, a paltry sum, some 400,000 silver knuckles.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, guess what? That woman is no good.
I agree. She's quite poor, it seems. 400,000 silver.
Or not to steal, like, a crown.
You see his already quite pale face blanches, and he goes, "A crown? What do you mean a crown? What do you know about a crown? You're not supposed to know about the crown. No one's supposed to know about the crown."
She knows about the crown. She's gonna steal the crown. She probably has.
She's not going to steal. That's ridiculous. She was trying to purchase the crown.
Yeah, no, she wasn't. The crown's gone. We checked where it's supposed to be hidden. It ain't there.
How did you find where it was hidden? Did you steal the crown?
No. We're here to keep the crown safe. Because guess what? The Phantom is her. I think. Pretty sure, yeah.
You see again, like somehow his face gets even paler and his mustache starts to wilt, and he goes, "Oh, you were sent by the old god. Oh dear. Yes, my liege will be quite disappointed with me. Are you certain it's gone?"
Yes, we just checked.
Well, then you must do something. You must
We're
stop her.
trying, yes.
He points
Yeah.
at the woman. You see, he's about to like shout and cause a scene. Do you stop him?
Say,
Yeah.
don't say nothing.
What? Okay, you're giving me mixed messages here.
Just stay quiet. Talk to your wife. I'll deal with this.
Okay, deal. He kind of awkwardly turns back to his wife, goes, "So, you tried the shrimp?" She goes, "No." What's your next move, Syla? Or are you gonna wait to see
Syla
what
is
develops?
gonna go up to the woman.
Okay. Don't know yet. Okay, cool, sure.
I'm trying to figure out how to like figure out where the crown is.
Sure. Well, let's cut back to Hunter. Maybe we'll find out. Hunter, you 2 minutes before this, you take the woman's hand and you start slow dancing. Now we've established Hunter is quite handsome. Is he any good at dancing?
Definitely.
Okay, very suave. So she is immediately. You kind of pick up the pace slightly into this intricate waltz. There's like a local 3-step that you were reading about on your way up to the rec floor here. And she's quite impressed. So, can I have your name?
Are my abilities all cooldown?
I would say so. Certainly, your abilities don't have very long cooldown, right? Yeah, I think all your abilities are off cooldown by now. It's been a while.
Cool. Yeah. In her previous mission, Hunter got terrified about Faye. Had a whole fake name thing planned, didn't come up, but it's still in his head.
Okay, yeah.
So he's just going to kind of automatically answer, "You can call me Hugo, and I can call you Casper."
Well, if you must, I suppose. She smiles. So, Hugo, to what do I owe the honor of this dance?
No, I shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. I received your letter.
You see a twinkle in her eyes. You're quite the clever one.
As are you. But and activating fun fact. Given its electric nature, the crown tends to cause a bit of a static charge. And I'm going to run my hand down her back in a sort of dancing move.
Sure, yeah. Part of the 3-step.
Yep.
You run around. She is wearing this long dress. Could very well be somehow stashed in there. You run your hand down her back as part of the dance, and there is no static charge. And you are briefly like, "Uh-oh, did I misjudge?" But then
No, she stashed.
She responds with some kind of caress of her own, and you feel a little boop on the back of your neck. And as you return to the waltzing position, you see that she is there is a small bluish purple ring on her index finger.
Boys. You know
No,
what? Fuck it.
a static zap, I should say.
Oh, so the ring would be okay. intelligence. Shit. Inference is her V2. Okay, I can't do that then.
I think with you've got sensory 1, intelligence 2, and you have seen a picture of the crown. I think it perhaps takes you only a moment once you have like clasped. You do like that. It turns into that thing where like you do the kind of hands and you do a circle, and you get a better look at it and you see it. It appears to be a miniature version of the crown, perhaps magically shrunk.
Got it. Oh, I wish I brought that box with me.
I think at this moment,
Okay.
Syla approaches.
Yeah, I have a plan. I can move for Syla though.
Syla, you approach the couple as they are returning to the kind of waltz step. What do you do?
I just had the idea of like kind of like going with one of those things of like slowly taking the ring off. But Syla hasn't seen the ring. She hasn't technically seen it yet.
That's true.
She doesn't know what it's. She doesn't know what it looks like.
Yeah, you don't know what it looks like. I'll say with your 2 sensory, you do notice with their hands clasped, you see the little blue ring, but you don't know. You don't know that looks like the crown.
Do you have any spirit?
Syla is phase.
Okay.
I gotta put something in spirit soon.
Yeah, you might also just notice Hunter staring at it. Well, not staring, but like
That's
looking at it. But I would like to do a little catalog. Once our hands are not in a location where she would be able to see them, for example, behind my back, I would like to just go, that doesn't belong to you, and have my showy gesture be like dipping her,
Sure.
and make the catalog be a very gentle removal of the ring from her hand, to put it where it belongs, which is with Syla, obviously, because that's what we're here for, to have the ring.
Excellent point. I wonder how tricky should I be with this? Because I have 2 ideas. Let's see. Let me look at your stats real quick. Good intelligence, good will and sensory, good spirit. Yeah, I think yeah, I think that'll work. I think that's good. I like that a lot. Very I love the dip. Just to tell you, I was debating. I was like, okay, does the magic here, is it convinced that Syla should have the ring right now, or would it go back to the old man? But I think yeah, I like your spirit for this. I like the dip, and I like everything you've gone up to this point. So you do the dip, and Syla, as you're approaching and kind of like trying to decide like what even, like, she's not wearing a crown, like what's going on, you have like about half a second to react as you see the little blue ring. She like dips and she does this kind of thing on her forehead. And you see the ring on her finger start to quiver and then fling off and shoot at you. And as it comes off her finger, it expands to full size, and the full storm crown just lands on your head.
Syla's gonna be like shocked for a moment because the fact that a crown just basically just popped onto her head. Like, she's just gonna like hesitate for a moment, realizing she has the crown now. She's just gonna head somewhere safe. So she's probably gonna get somewhere high. So then the Phantom can't grab it.
Yeah. Do you mean like high in
Or-
the room or like?
Like probably just hide in the room.
Okay.
Just like perch it back up onto one of the
Yeah.
chandeliers and just do her best to like. I'm gonna activate Storm Brewing
Okay.
and I'm gonna meditate
On top of the chandelier. Okay, sure.
on top of the chandelier and just kind of like basically try to calm the storm around.
Sure.
So then it's at least calm enough to where you can stand outside without being blown back like 50 feet.
Sure. It's a good idea, probably. What does it look like specifically as Syla is on top of a chandelier
It's just
on a ship
It's
that's
just like-
already kind of rocking around in the storm, and it's exactly the right height up to give her the heebie-jeebies. What is that process like for her?
like you can see her shaking, which is making the chandelier kind of rocking.
It's just jiggling.
So like you just see this like big like heartbeat just like rocking back and forth, like trying to meditate. It's hard, but it's like what?
Hunter.
Yep.
You dip her, the ring flies off. She doesn't appear to immediately notice. So what do you do?
I'm going to turn the dance so that she's facing away from Syla, first
Okay.
and foremost. And I'm going to actually just keep conversation going, as if nothing happened. And go, do you understand the implications of what you've done?
I understand the implications on my finances.
Oh boy. Have you heard of the Enclave?
Is that your little book club?
You might call it that. It's my employer.
You see, she, the dance moves and she lays her hand on your chest, and you see her notice that the ring is off her finger.
Yeah.
She'll shove you away from her and like look around first, and then look up, hearing the jiggling chandelier, and go, tricky bird.
As soon as I'm shoved off, I want to get the fishing rod out.
Okay, yeah, you pull the fishing rod. Sure.
Yep. And I'm going to cast it in a sort of like arc so that it like wraps around her and like ties her up.
Ooh, okay. You do not have very good physical stats to make this
No,
work.
I do not. I have noodle arms. I have very high spirit, and this might be a sort of essence thing.
It is magical. That's true. I'll give you that. There is magic to it that kind of does more of what you want, but you do have to like cast it correctly. Now you're not like an incompetent moron. You know, you're an Enclave agent. You've been around. It's not like you're just gonna flop on your face. But I will say she is faster than you. So as you're pulling out the fishing rod to cast it, you see that she produces she actually one of her like press-on nails, she kind of flicks with her other finger, and it magically expands into what looks like a grappling gun, and she fires it up at the chandelier. And as she starts getting pulled up is when you kind of cast, and you see that the fishing rod, the reel starts to spin. It begins to glow, and this magical, almost whitish blue line spins out and starts wrapping itself around like her lower leg as she is like up to the chandelier.
Yep. And with that, one hand, or bracing the fishing rod between my knees and holding onto it with one hand, with the other hand, gonna reach out, fishing. Make that the paired action for knowledge's power.
Sure.
And give myself a book on fishing with the magical effect of like ridiculous fishing confidence, like to an unreasonable degree. Like best fisherman galaxy has ever seen.
This is incredible. You're like grappling, struggling, trying to hold on as she's like trying to get this off me. She's trying to climb up. Syla, you're like concentrating on your meditation, seeing that she's climbing up. It's rocking the chandelier even more because now there's this like extended center of gravity chained to it. She's like clawing up at you. Is like, give me that. That's my paycheck. And you start rapidly like. Within seconds, you have learned everything there is to know about I don't know, human sport fishing, and you're able to expertly like well, you tell me, what is you gain the competence of a master fisher. What does that look like? What do you do? What do you accomplish with that knowledge?
I want to do like a fucking jiggle that just makes the like that influences the line in such a way that it just like completely entangles her.
Yeah.
Like which would be impossible without ridiculous fishing knowledge.
Of course.
And then reel her in.
That's so funny. You guys know there's a type of knot you can do by just like throwing a rope around a bar and like with minimal input just kind of like loop it a couple times and it becomes like a really nice knot. That's what I'm imagining here is like you just start like almost riding in the air with the fishing rod and it's looping the magical line around her in all these kind of ways. Like a giant cat's cradle, and then she finally like you like pull her elbow in as she's like just about to climb onto the chandelier, and she loses her grip on the grappling rod and tumbles down, and is it's also like you know the fishing rod does the work of the weight for you as well, so you reel her in. And then she's just hanging like 2 feet off the ground, bundled up in fishing rod.
The vessel kit does not lend well to fishing. The librarian kit very much does. I'm going to write a no, I'm just gonna to shout to Syla, like, go, get out of here. As I start just fucking running around the room with her in tow to just like disorient her and run her into things and get her like all discombobulated.
You're just trying to make her dizzy?
Pretty much, yeah.
Sure. I mean, at this point, she is like, again, she's like a very proficient magician and cat burglar. So that is a good move because otherwise she would quite quickly be able to like, you know, figure out how to wriggle out and give chase. You just start running around swinging her, and she's like, you know, she is still like, you see her kind of working through the cord, the magical cord, but it's taking her much longer because every time she like gets a grip, she gets swung this way, and like she like her head bunks into a waiter and glasses go everywhere, and all the passengers in the room are like, I say, what's going on? Oh dear. And they start clearing out. So yeah, you look like an absolute fool, but it's working.
Yep.
Syla, you as the phantom is pulled off of the chandelier, you feel the ambient crackle of static in the air begin to fade, and the roaring, tumultuous tempest outside starts to slowly come down. Actually, it doesn't slowly come down at all. It's a violent change. There is a sudden a flash of light out the windows as the lightning rods and the generators that are kind of channeling all this power are suddenly, you know, overloaded. They're like counteracting nothing, and they sort of expel all of the energy that they had been collecting as the voltage differential is suddenly shifted massively. There's this beautiful like lightning display on the deck, sparks and shocks going around. Electricity runs along the hull, but again, it's still designed for this, so it doesn't destroy anything. But you do see that the lightning generators have like momentarily overloaded. So if the storm comes back, they will be briefly powerless. I'd say the storms are so, you know, encompassing and powerful. It's not like sun doesn't start suddenly shining through the clouds, but you do sort of feel like the ship stops rocking, the rain stops pelting as hard. You are momentarily caught in just like a normal average Earth storm instead of a horrible arcane nuclear storm. What do you do?
Syla's gonna instantly kind of glide down, and with the air that she has caught, because she did jump down once before, she's a little less hesitant now, understanding that if she hesitates, it can result in something bad. So she's just gonna go down and she's just gonna fly out. She's gonna be like, I'm done with the height. Goodbye. I will go, bring this where I'm supposed to bring it.
Yeah. From your briefing, you just need to get outside. So you just keeping the crown tight on your head. You dart out through the hallways and corridors. Let's see. You get good sensory and good vigor and good luck. So I'll say you don't have as good of a layout of the ship in your head as Hunter does. So you do get sort of turned around once or twice, but you're quite fast. You have your abilities. And you make your way down to the central, the deck airlock that will lead out onto the central spine of the ship.
Yes.
It is locked.
How what does the door look like?
It is another. It's a similar kind of heavy bulkhead door. This one's much larger. It's like 3 times as wide, but it also has an electronic numpad.
Electricity, you say? I would throw a thunderbolt at it.
Sure, yeah.
I would chuck one at it.
What is yeah, what's that? What's just like as you do you stop and examine it first, or do you just as you're racing toward it?
Nope, titty bolt.
Okay, yeah, just pull out and just as you're racing down, you smash it hits the electronic number pad. I'll say, yeah, you've got 1 luck. So you see that the circuit fizzles, the pad is destroyed, and the bolt disengages, but the door does not open automatically.
Okay. Can I open it manually now?
Yeah, you can start pushing at it. You've got might 1, so you're able to sort of just kind of. It's going to take a few seconds, but you absolutely can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna just start pulling it open.
Sure. Great. You do that. That will take a few seconds. Hunter, what are you doing? The Phantom is quite discombobulated, but making her getting free of the cable. You do hear several decks away, echoing up the hallways, this and a heavy grinding metal sound.
I'm going to abruptly stop, which is in and of itself a discombobulating action, I'd say, and then try to retire again.
Okay, yeah, sure. You stop, swing, and as you make the loop to start trying to retangle her, you see that she kind of catches your eye again, and again there's that spark, that battle of wits, and she sort of expertly uses the reconfiguration to slip out between the loops you're crafting and kind of tumble and roll on the floor. And she looks up, she does the Black Widow pose, and she goes, I like being tied up, but not like that. And she sprints out the door.
As she's sprinting, I want to use my expert fisherman skills to fucking reel out again.
Sure. You flick your reel. However, without the element of surprise, she is much more prepared for your tricks this time. And as you do sort of catch her around the ankle, but when you pull, she just kind of pulls this acrobatic tumble, and you just pull one of her heels off. And she stops for a second at the edge of the door, kicks the other heel, and goes, "Stop it!" and then keeps running.
Abilities are on cooldown?
I think let's see, what did you? Yeah, you used all of them. I would say isn't fun fact short cooldown? Yeah, fun fact is low cooldown. Fun fact's off.
Okay.
Knowledge
Then I'm
power
going to
catalog will
shout.
take a little more.
Yep. I'm going to shout after her. Careful! Looks like you sprained your ankle. Loosen your heel. Make that a fun fact.
I love the idea. It's so funny. It does say must be something that you might learn about from a written record.
True.
And I don't know who would write about the Phantom spraining her ankle.
You know what? I learned it from like I could have learned it from a medical textbook. I can recognize what sprained ankle looks like based on.
I think you certainly. I love the idea again, like recognizing the sprained ankle for sure, but asserting that she sprained an ankle, I think, is a greater sort of impingement on the nature of reality in Manifold. However,
okay,
if you'd like to do some energy work, I can see this working.
I have a different plan.
Okay.
I'm going to let her go, but take out the pamphlet, turn to the nearest guest, and go, look here, the storm just stopped. All of the electricity, the energy got screwed up. I think that this door should be closing right about now.
That's
one that's like right behind Syla.
That's wonderful. I love that. That's perfectly great. Yeah, without the constant, with the lightning generators overloaded, the typical power systems of the ship have been greatly crippled for the moment. The only thing left is the old-fashioned steam engine that is powering it. So, and that's only doing the engines itself. So yeah, you hear Syla as you're pulling open the door, you hear a voice behind you go, "Hey, give me back that crown! That's my retirement money!" And as you you wrench the door open, rain starts pelting you. You feel the fresh air again, and you turn back and just see a safety door just gonna slam shut right in front of the Phantom as she is sprinting down the hall toward you.
Why are the pretty ones always evil?
You hear some muffled banging and shouting, but the door is too thick to hear what she's saying. All right, Syla, you're free to go onto the deck.
Yep, Syla's gonna go onto the deck.
You emerge. Your badge begins to warm up. You'll be ready for ping out in just a few seconds here. How does Syla feel about how she got here? I suppose this being now freely on the deck. The storm is raging. She feels kind of empowered by that, probably, but no longer the much scarier super high power winds.
Not the nuclear storm.
Yeah, not the nuclear magic storm. How does she feel being out on the deck here?
She feels comfortable.
Comfortable? Okay.
She's almost used to it.
Great. So just kind of basking in the rain for a moment.
Pretty much. She flew in a tornado.
That's amazing. Yeah. Yeah. This is nothing compared to that.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Is the badge ping?
You need to be outside for your badge to ping. They cannot reach you inside the hull of the ship. But you do know, as long as Syla got out, which you're pretty sure if she's quick enough to do, you're pretty sure the mission's over. You just need to get out.
Cool. Then I will take looking at the pamphlet, I will take the quickest path to the next exit, because that one just got blocked.
Sure, yeah. I think, with relative ease, you're able to dart around. You kind of pass by a parallel corridor and you hear the Phantom banging on the door and going, "You'll regret this! I'm gonna find your stupid book club and I'm gonna," and just keeps babbling.
She'll take on the arm, sure.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, you sprint down, you see the open door behind you, you see the smoking remains of the number pad that Syla left. and you step outside, and you see Syla just kind of enjoying the rain. And as soon as you get outside, your badge also starts to vibrate and warm up. You guys are just about to ping out when you see one more flash of lightning in the distance, and that huge shadow in the clouds, now much more plainly illuminated because the clouds have calmed. The darkness of the storm has recovered some, and you guys are like tapping the patch, like, quick, come on, as like your handlers back at Enclave are quickly calibrating to your new location. And you see parting from the clouds a massive duck-like beaked sky whale.
Too big to fish?
Quite too big to fish, although you do suspect that at some point in time the fishing rod might have been used for that purpose when they were much smaller. And it's not like moving quickly or anything. It just kind of slowly emerges from the clouds now that the storm is calm and the winds are much calmer. Again, it's like a regular storm, but like not what it's used to. It just kind of slowly emerges and just flies over the deck of the ship. And as it goes over top of you guys and you realize it's not going to like bite down, you see the huge, like, thick beak, the hooked the hooked sort of frontal forget the name, but the like almost hammerhead like kind of nose that could be used to dig into and pry open the metal hull of a ship like this. And one of the big bird-like eyes just kind of looks around and sees both of you. And I don't know, what do each of you feel as you make some kind of odd connection with this great beast?
A little nervous.
Nervous? Yeah, I would be too.
Justifiably.
Yeah.
Purely because I already know its history, fascinated.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're like making notes. You're like, oh, those are the like the vestigial gills that were mentioned in the study. Yeah, and as it kind of just passes overhead and watches you, Syla, you feel the storm crown crackle and emit these sparks of lightning. One of them runs up and hits the beast, and it kind of groans in this like satisfied, like as if you like took a pin out of its foot or something. Not that it has feet, but like a pleased animal. And it moans and flies over the deck of the ship and disappears in the clouds. Yeah, good whale. It sounds more like a duck though. So exactly, yeah. Whale by virtue, whale via Donald Duck. And as it disappears in the clouds, your badges ping, and you ping out just as the Phantom emerges onto the deck behind you. And you see, in your last moments in this world, she's not angry. She's not like freaking out or disheveled anymore. Just the last thing you see is she just starts slow clapping for you.
What the fuck?
She was bested. I mean, she was defeated. She respects it. And that is your mission, agents. You're returned to Enclave for debriefing. Handlers come and take the crown for safekeeping and storage. The one specific question you are asked is, what was the purpose of the storm crown being transported? Were you able to discover this?
It has some effect over the sky whale duck thing that I forgot the name of, but Hunter didn't.
Yeah. Greater hooked sky whale, I think I said. Greater beaked.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you see the attendant just make a note of that, just big sky duck whale. They close the book.
I don't remember.
No, it's all good. And that is a mission. Thank you both very much for playing.
Yes.
I hope you had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to. I'm glad. You guys both, you were wonderful. I mean, I loved your character beats. Syla, I loved the playing up of the, kind of the heights and the storm nature and the feeling of this overpowering storm being too much for you. Hunter, of course, your use of catalog and all your little research on the setting, very very clever and creative. You guys were absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. I couldn't have asked for better players for my first time conduiting.
This
Yes,
is really
we need a mission name.
Oh, a mission name. Yes, that's what I forgot.
I
Thank
have an
you.
idea.
Yeah,
I
hit
have
me.
an idea. There's more than meets the eye.
Oh, I like that a lot.
It
do you
has
think?
so many meanings.
There's storm that meets. Nope, that's bad.
There's more than meets the eye, parentheses, of the storm.
More than meets the eye of the storm. I definitely
Gotta
think
hit them shots.
your
Gotta hit them shots.
your guys' stat spread definitely gave a couple challenges here. It was pretty funny, but yeah. Anyway, I'll keep repeating myself. Just both of you are wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'll post a mission write up a little bit later, and I look forward to seeing you elsewhere in the Enclave.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, lovely to meet you.
Yeah.
Love to meet you guys. Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night.